Last time we talked about how we go from coping to thriving. This time let's take it a bit further. Let's work out how we can make thriving a way of life rather than something we do every now and again. If you really want to make thriving sustainable, you've got to deploy a very simple strategy that all of the greats do on a daily basis. Let's get started. Did you know that in 2019 there were 57 new mammals discovered? In 2016, 4 elements were added to the periodic table. Every day, about 40,000 tracks are added to Spotify. And also, coming back to 2019, there were 4 million new books published. Shockingly, I think I only read about 400 to 500 books throughout my whole school and university career. And yet, by many people's standards, I was considered highly educated with a master's degree from the University of St Andrews. But what had I learned apart from some fascinating facts about the origins of the First World War, the law of supply and demand, and a handful of phrases in German and Welsh? A few years out of college though, and I was acutely aware of a few things I knew absolutely nothing about. Personal finance, emotional intelligence, personal effectiveness, networking and building great relationships, how to read quickly, and most of all, how to cope with change. Luckily for me, I had a passion for reading biographies, and there was a common theme that started to emerge behind the success of all of the people that I was reading about. It's best summed up by the phrase, "School's never out for the professional." It made sense to me after all the skills I picked up had enabled me to get my first job, but I knew if I wanted people to invest in me, they weren't going to do that unless I was willing to invest in myself. The mistake I saw many people around me make was thinking that the alternative to thriving was coping. They did whatever they needed to do just to get by. What they soon realised, though, was the real alternative to thriving was going backwards. A little bit like if you get cramp in the middle of running a race, you seem to be going backwards while everybody else is still surging forwards. What we're talking about here is continuous personal and professional development, or as they call it in many industries, CPD. It's all part of a growth mindset, which is believing that it's always possible to do better and achieve better results. As a result of waking up a few years after university, I started out on a daily diet of stimulating writing, stirring words, and more recently, fascinating videos. It's an approach that's helped me build my career, build a global network, write and co-author a number of best-selling books, and support tens of thousands of people with speeches and training programs that have helped them thrive amidst all of the uncertainty that our lives tend to bring. So if you want to thrive over a long period of time, think hard about how you exercise your brain. Just like any muscles in the body, they atrophy over time with no stimulation and no use. Lifelong learning is going to enable you to deal with change so much easier. You'll be happier outside your comfort zones, as you'll be willing to learn new skills, adapt to new environments, and seize new opportunities. So if you'd like to find out how I could help you with your continuing professional development, leave me a note in the comments below and I'll get right back to you. Have a good one.